Congratulations on your movie Slapface being out. How has that release been for you guys?
It's been such a surreal experience. We filmed this movie in 2019, and so we finally get to see it on the big screen. And I just remember every single thing that happened on set and all the great memories with the cast and crew. So it was so crazy, and I'm so grateful for that experience.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was one of your first projects working together, but what was it like collaborating, but also working on a project as big as a company like Shudder?
Well, it's crazy because we've never played characters that are mean to this extent. Like this is probably the meanest character I have ever played. And so having to work with my sister on that, like we tag team that. We really just brought out when we're mad at each other. That's how we were all the time, like as our characters. So that was pretty fun. Yeah. Not fun for our parents because they're like, Bianca, Chiara, stop. But you know, you have to do what you have to do. You have to be method acting.
Yeah, I mean, definitely growing up can help with your characters, but what was the inspiration behind your characters other than that?
Ooh, well, I feel like for our characters, they were really just wanting to protect themselves in a way. They were really self-centered, and you can definitely see it. It's really clear in the movie. And they just wanted what was best for them, not what was best for other people. And so the reason why they tortured Lucas and tortured Mariah is just so crazy. I feel like they should have been nicer people, but I feel like for this movie, they had to be the meaner characters. They had to be the antagonists because the monster was, but I feel like we were like the human form of the monster in Slapface. And I've seen other horror movies where sometimes the villain is just someone, just the human character, not necessarily the big monster. So I went back and I watched like a few horror movies. I watched The Nightmare on Elm Street, which I mean, maybe that's not the best example because that is the villain is the monster. Yeah. But I watched like some of the mean characters in that movie and some other ones, and that's where I kind of got my inspiration. And then I just with Chiara and we kind of figured it out how to work that out. But we did it. You did it.
Yeah, I mean, your performances were amazing, so congratulations on that. But for anyone who hasn't had the chance to see it yet, could you explain what it's about or what they can expect from it?
It is a horror film called Slapface that's available on AMC Shudder. And the movie is about this young boy named Lucas who just recently lost his mom. And so now he is living in the middle of the forest with his older brother. And they play this game called Slapface, which is sort of like their version of letting go of their emotions and feelings. And it's super crazy movie. And he befriends a monster and he has a secret girlfriend, so there's some romance in it, but it's really messed up. And so I feel like people should not know exactly what this movie is, just know like this, like a little bit of the premise, and just go into it and be surprised. So go check out the movie. It's incredible, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of different plots throughout the movie, but I'm wondering, what do you guys hope that viewers take from it?
I feel like, oh, that's such an interesting question. Don't befriend a monster. Yeah, that should be number one. Don't take candy from a stranger. Yeah, like, don't take candy from a stranger. But also treat people with kindness. I think that's something that people should learn. Especially from watching our characters. Do not treat people how we treated them. But, I think another big lesson from this movie is that there's other ways to deal with your grief. And I don't think that you should take it into aggression. And there's other avenues for it. And I think that this movie kind of shows a bad way that these two brothers handle their grief. And I think that's one of the big moral lessons of the movie.
I mean, yeah, as you said, this has it deals with grief, it deals with bullying, but what was it like being a part of a project that touched so many important topics?
I felt so honored. I remember reading the script for the first time, and I was just mesmerized by what was happening on the pages. Jeremiah Kipp is one of the greatest people I've ever met. He is such a talented filmmaker, and he wrote and directed this film. And I was talking to him, and I was like, this film is just so special. And I feel like this is a different type of horror film. It's not like a generic horror film that follows a certain plot. It goes into so many different avenues, and I feel like it's really important to show it on the big screen.
Yeah, for sure. Do you agree with that?
Ditto.
Yeah, but I mean, there are a lot of great scenes throughout the whole movie, but I'm wondering, do you guys have a favorite memory from set or while filming?
Okay, so
Okay, you have a different one than me, but you
yes,
go first.
I'm gonna go first. So my first day of filming, my first ever scene of filming Slapface.
No, second. It was the second scene.
No, I don't know what am I about to say?
No, I know. I know what you're
first,
saying.
okay, so the first scene that I ever filmed for Slapface is the scene where I go and tackle Lucas in the woods. Like from the side, I jump on him and tackle him into the woods. And that was the first time I ever met August, who plays Lucas.
Really?
First time I ever met Mirabelle, who plays Mariah. And I played that was like the meanest my character ever was. And that was the first impression they had of me. And I remember we did the first take and I looked at them and I said, I am so sorry. And I remember having that memory engraved in my head because we were all so close. And I think that was like our true bonding moment, to be quite honest with you.
And then
so I'll never forget that moment.
My last scene of the film was when I finally tackled Lucas, spoiler alert. And even the same thing with Bianca, I knew him so well because we spent that entire week just hanging out with August and Mirabelle. But it was my last day and I was like, August, I feel so bad that I'm tackling you. Like, I know you. I would never do this. And he was such a trooper. And we were just going at it. We had an amazing stunt coordinator, Mac. And it's the first time I've ever done stunts in a film. And so I'm glad it was with someone that I really trust. And I feel so bad. To this day, like I always tell them, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's definitely gotten you guys ready for more stunts, but do you want to do more stuff like that in the future?
Oh yeah,
I would love to be in a Marvel
pretty
movie.
fun. I'll be honest with you. At first, when I found out I was gonna be doing some stunts, I was like, "Oh, I'm so scared." But it's actually like kind of like liberating in a sense. Like not getting it sort of like any aggression out. That's not what I mean. But like it's just kind of like it's like fun. You're doing something that you never in a million years thought you would ever do to a person, but it's for work and it's like filmed. So it's kind of like trying something new. It's staged. And that feeling is just something that like I want to do again. Like I want to do something else. Now I don't know what else that would be. If someone was like, "Can you jump out of an airplane for a scene?" I'm like,
maybe not yet.
green screen I'll do, but not real life. No.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough. I don't think some people might want to do that. Yeah. But if you guys could describe this film in 3 words, what would they be?
Ooh,
scary, heartfelt, and devastating.
I'm gonna go with terrifying, sad, and I have the word in my mind. I'm just gonna say anger.
Okay.
You're angry at some of the things that are happening.
Yeah. I mean, they work. My last question for you. Do you guys have any future projects that you can hint at or talk about?
Yes. So we actually are on a show called The Bay, and we actually filmed a spin-off series called YA that will hopefully be out this year. We filmed this right before the pandemic, so we've just been waiting for the right time to publish this. And we are so excited for people to see the teen version of The Bay, which is on Amazon and Popstar TV. We just filmed an action movie called High Heat in Connecticut a few months ago, and I'm so excited for people to see this. It's just a funny movie. I had such a blast working on this with my sister, and I'm actually writing a movie right now. So a lot of things are up in the air. And I was just in a movie called Jane with Elizabeth Banks and Sigourney Weaver that was just premiered at Sundance. And I play Erin. I play Kate Mara's daughter, and I'm so excited because I think that's going to be released later this year. It's such an amazing movie. It's such a powerful film, and I can't wait for everyone to see it this year.
I can't wait to see all of those. Like, you guys are jam-packed with your schedule. How does that feel?
Oh gosh. I don't even know how I handle it all, but I have some me time. I just like sleep and read. And that's how I kind of combat all my feelings.
If it works, it works.
It works.
But thank you so much for doing this interview. It was so great to talk to you guys.
Same here. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you so much.